Hi everyone, it's Miriam Ortiz y Pino here. Just want to give you a couple minutes to tell all your friends to come join us and to let Facebook gather the people. But today we're going to be talking about laundry and some really simple tips to help make laundry easier. But first, why don't you head over to morethanorganized.net. There is an article there called Laundry Piles Up on the blog. You can just do a quick search in the search bar for Laundry Piles Up. And that's a great place to get all the information I'm talking about. In the meantime, though, let me just give you some highlights of how this goes. I see most of my clients really struggling with laundry. Too complicated a system is usually the problem. It's like everybody has a hamper or four, and there's lots of back and forth between the laundry room and the bedrooms, and where do we put the clothes in the meantime, and how do we deal with the linens, and everything gets pre-treated and run through the wash, and then everyone has giant washers these days, and so it's piling up for a much longer period of time. And all of that is so complicated. I really like to make it much more simple. So one of the things I did early on is figure out how to keep my laundry in as consolidated a space as possible. This was when I was living in a 385 square foot studio apartment, and I didn't have room for a complicated laundry system. I had the laundry in the basement of my building, so it wasn't in my apartment, so it made it even more critical to have it consolidated and easy to carry up and down the stairs. So one of the things I realized was if I had one hamper, and I just kind of thought of it in two sections, like, a rectangular shaped hamper, I could consider the left side darks and the right side whites, or opposite, or lights and darks. And that way, as I got undressed, I could kind of drop them on the right side of the basket. And then I could take it down to the laundry room and sort the two piles into two washers, and then I'd have two loads. And that worked really well. And so how to carry that over when you have a couple more people involved, and how do you carry that over when you have a household full of other items and other people? So think about it as, first of all, how can you consolidate the number of loads you're going to do all the time? I think, some people are very picky about how clean their clothes get and their clothes keeping, and that's fine if that's you and you accommodate that and you have the time and you're actually doing that. What I see is people thinking they should be doing that and running out of time and never actually doing it, and that's fine. I haven't done whites in a really long time. I'm kind of sensitive to bleach, so I don't even use bleach. So I don't do whites. I do lights and darks. I don't even separate out my linens on days when I have to do all my linens. Although all bed linens take up a whole load, so the bed linens go in its own load. But towels go in with my lights and darks, and all the stuff in the kitchen too. I don't have a separate place or take it directly to the laundry room when it's, placemats and napkins and towels and things from the kitchen. It goes into my hamper in my bedroom because I only have the one space where the hamper is. And then I carry it to my laundry room once a week when I do laundry day, usually Monday evenings. I do 2 to 4 loads of laundry, and it's all been pre-sorted into 2 hampers now because I have a little more room. And so the light basket and the dark basket, and one at a time just goes through the wash and then through the dryer, and then it gets folded and put away at the end of the evening. So then the hampers are available and empty for next week. Occasionally I'll go on a trip, or I'll have, at the end of a season when I need to wash all my sweaters or something like that, there will be a load or 2 extra, but they get worked into the same system. Now, I just brought up sweaters. There's also delicates and lingerie and things. I just keep a lingerie bag in each of my hampers, so when something is a light lingerie or a dark lingerie, it goes into the bag and gets washed in the appropriate load. But it's so easy to think about it that way. Now, the one thing you're going to say, I know it because all my clients do, but I have kids. What do I do with the kids? We'll have one hamper in each kid's room, and then bring it and consolidate as much as possible when you're actually doing the load. So grab your your daughter's laundry, do it with yours, and then separate it as you fold. That way you're using less water, less product, and making the time as fast as possible. The other thing would be to teach your kids to do their laundry as soon as humanly possible. And each kid could have a different day of the week where they're responsible for doing their laundry, and that's their day, their window of opportunity to use the washer and dryer without interference. And that way they get in the habit of doing their own stuff, and you don't have to deal with it anymore. Isn't that great? The other thing I would recommend, sometimes people have giant houses, like they have an upstairs and a downstairs, or if it's way on the other side, definitely have a hamper or two closer to where the action is. I recommend the hamper being close to where you take your clothes off. You know, every once in a while someone will have the hamper in the bathroom, but they really get dressed and undressed in the bedroom, or vice versa. And don't just think, I'll keep the laundry hamper in the laundry room if you have a giant laundry room, because you're not getting undressed there. The clothes have got to pile up somewhere first. So it's much better to have your hampers in the bedroom or the bathroom and then empty those into a bigger sorter if that's what you do, if you have a giant laundry room. Now, what was the other thing? Oh, the other thing that happens is a lot of my clients don't have a problem doing the laundry, but it either sits in the dryer or on the couch waiting to be folded. They think folding takes a really, really long time. But that's because the back end of your system isn't set up quite right. If you actually take a little bit of time and set up where you keep your clothes, you know exactly where the jeans go, you know exactly where the t-shirts go, you know exactly where the pajamas go, you know exactly which shirts get hung up. I'm not that much of a hanger-upper. I have most of my things folded. Very few are hung up. But as long as you have the definitions of where those things are, it should be very quick to put your laundry away. Instead, what I find is many people have not really organized the back end. And so when they go to put clothes away, they don't have a good concept of where it goes, or the area it should go is overstuffed. And so there's no room to actually put it away without really fighting about it, and stuff falling on them or getting really squishy. So take a few minutes or a day. I have articles on my site, and I have the Streamline clutter solution can also give you insight in how to deal with arranging the space in your closets, shelves, and dressers, to make it easy to put the laundry away. So the trick of storing your clothes is to make it easy to put away and to get dressed, because that's what you do daily, not to store as many things as possible, because the storage part is what you're not really using. So that's another topic we'll talk about a little more in depth, but that's why you want to have it easy to put your laundry away. If you have it set up really easily, putting the laundry away can be as simple as 3 or 4 minutes, not half an hour of fighting and rearranging and squishing and shoving and all that kind of thing. So do that for every closet in your house, and it's very easy to put your stuff away. Now, on that same note, in terms of linens, I literally have a set of towels that I use, and then I wash them once a week, and then I put them back on the hangers, on the rods. So I don't have to have extra storage. I do have one emergency set of towels, but it's in the linen closet till it's ready. And what happens is when I buy a new set, that set that's been on hold in the linen for emergencies gets rotated out. It gets donated. The ones I've been using get put in the linen for the backup purpose, and the ones I'm currently using get on the rod or in the wash and right back on the rod. Same thing with my bed linens. I have one emergency set, and then I have the set on my bed, and I can either rotate between the two or just wash and let the bed air out while it's in the wash and the dryer, and then I put the same set right back on the bed. No need to store, no need to fold and squish and shove it into a cabinet. Just 2 sets for each bed in the house, and think about one is only for emergencies. And if you have several beds in the house and you occasionally have guests, that should cover any people that have to sleep on the couch or the floor or the air mattress. And so you don't have to think about a whole other set of things just for guests. All right, I hope that helped. Keep things simple. Oh, I also don't use a whole lot of specific products. I let the laundry detergent do its job. Occasionally I pre-treat a stubborn stain, but I treat it at the time of the stain, not just before I wash. So you can play around with that too, but no need to get a whole bunch of different stain fighters. Just use one brand and stick with it, and keep things as simple as possible. One spot for each kind of product you use in your laundry, and that way you know when you're out and when you need to replace it, and it's very easy to just put the new one in when the old one is empty. Not shove the new one and open both at the same time. That's just a waste of space and time and effort. So hope these things helped. Looks like I had quite a few people on here. So before I leave today, I'm actually just going to check and see who all showed up. I'd love to say hi to a couple people, and if you had any comments or questions as well. I'm excited that more people have been showing up lately. Let's see if it's resetting my page here. Here we go, laundry tips. Perfect. Okay, I've had a bunch of people show up. Let's see the comments. Well, that's weird. It says there's a comment, but I can't actually see the comments to comment on the comment. So anyway, if you showed up today, I'll figure out more about the technology of interaction soon. But thank you so much for checking it out, and tell all your friends. Every Monday, right about 11, unless there's a technical glitch or a conflict, which I will post about ahead of time to tell you when the time is switched. But every Monday, I try to give you some little tip that'll make living at your house easier, doing your work a little bit easier, freeing up some space in your brain too. So check out morethanorganized.net for all the free resources, and let me know if you have any comments, concerns, or questions, and I will see you again next Monday. Thanks!